All right, my first vlog. I don't like that word, vlog. It sounds very millennial. Some things I want to clarify here for those seeing this, just for myself, although I don't even know if I'm going to post this online, but publicly at least. Um, this is not a vlogger YouTube channel. This is not me trying to do anything other than just kind of have a journal in a format that's easier for me, because I've tried written journals and I have 3 days in every single one of them because I just don't keep up with it and I forget. And I feel like vlogging might be easier. I can just say my thoughts, and I'm very good at talking. I like the sound of my own voice sometimes, so I think this is going to be more easy. It's also kind of adjacent to the YouTube channel stuff that I do, so I figured it might be good. But this is not for the public. This is for me to be able to process my thoughts in my day and have it in a format that I can look back on. Um, so yeah, this is kind of all spurred on by a book called uh, The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. It's a very good book. I recommend it. I think it's the most important book that I've read other than the Bible this year. Probably the most important thing that I've done this year, I would say, is starting to read this book. I got an Audible, and the voice that reads it is very good. But it's been talking about just slowing your life, slowing your mind, what hurry does, the types of areas in our life that we have hurry that I don't think I really recognized as hurry, and how that's approached from a biblical perspective. I can't really say it all in a few words in this format, but it's a very good book. Again, I don't know why I'm talking about this. This is not for anyone. And Jake, I know you're watching this. Please unsubscribe from this channel because this is not something I'm proud of in that sense. Subscribe to WMBTR and Alaska Wolf, which I'm not posting anything to anymore. Those are the good channels. I know you're gonna leave a comment. If I see a comment that says Lucas Big Time, I'm going to block you from my YouTube channel. But uh, love you, buddy. Um, Speaking of friends, I just feel like one thing it's made me aware of that it hasn't really talked about too much in this book is just that I really miss my friends, all of them. I have not been able to talk with them much. Cam reached out to me the other day, and I could tell it in his voice. He's like, "Come on, dude, I haven't seen you in forever." And I feel like that's something I hear a lot from my friends and stuff. And I've always blamed it on busyness, and a lot of it's legitimate. Getting married, moving, a crazy job, a fun job, but a crazy job. But I think a lot of it is because I let that hurry go into areas of my life that are more important than whatever is actually hurrying me. Like stuff like this. My office, I actually did a really good job. I cleaned it, I organized it. It looked great. It was spotless. I'd show it to you, but I can't because it looks like this now. I decided to move everything in my networking and my servers over to a rack, which is right there. And the rack itself actually looks good. But yeah, it's just a process. And I realized that I was hurting myself in it so much, and it was adding stress, and it was not just tolling on my own mental well being, but also on Abby's because I didn't have time for her, and I felt rushed with her and stuff. And um, there's definitely an apology in order because I realize I've done that with a lot of things. But this stuff doesn't matter. It's useful for me, but it's not like I'm freaking running something that matters to other people. I mean, there's the business that I run, the BTR, but like that's separate from all of this. So just kind of taking some pressure off myself and letting myself enjoy it. I started doing quiet times every day when I can. I skipped it for a day. It was like, it's fine. I can just do it like every few days, whatever. And that day felt so much worse for no explainable reason, just because I hadn't spent like 15 minutes in quiet time. And quiet time, like, is a very much a 90s Christian culture thing. And I always looked at it as like, oh, time where you're reading your Bible and praying. It never really sounded attractive to me. I mean, it did, but not in the sense of like, I'm excited to get out of bed and do this. But then I took it as this kind of book lays it out and as the gospel lays it out too, what Jesus does and stuff. And a lot of it is prayer, but it's just silence. It's just time where you're not just in silence externally, but also internally, quieting your mind, not talking about things as much. And I started doing that and just trying to be silent. There's definitely some prayer in there too, but giving myself the time to pray naturally, as opposed to being like, I am going to sit down and pray for 15 minutes. I'm just out there. I'm sitting on the deck. It's actually been not crazy buggy the last few days that I've been out there. And I'll set either an 8 minute or a 15-minute timer, something small, on an old like kitchen timer, like an egg timer. It's actually a square, like you push the button, it's got a cell battery in it. And because that way I don't have my phone with me, because otherwise I will inevitably pick it up and get lost on that phone. This phone that I'm talking to right now. But yeah, I guess I should set a baseline here. Like lately I've been really anxious on and off. I've just been tired. I've really felt winded. And there's been, I'd say, 1 in every 10 nights I have just felt miserable and not able to explain why. Just felt overwhelmed and kind of hopeless and sad and separate from God, and wanted to cry but couldn't. And I started reading this book, and within the first like 10 minutes, I just started weeping driving down uh, 190, because it was how I felt, and it was not how I thought I felt, but I didn't realize how much I identified with some of the things he laid out in the beginning of the book and stuff, and just recognizing, oh, this is what's actually causing it. It's my hurry, it's my mentality of just, I got to get this done, and I want to squeeze in this fun stuff that's also pressure somehow, and I don't know. I just kind of realized it, and it's helped me. First off, to process that emotion, but then to actually build a healthy life, because externally it's healthy, but internally it wasn't. And being able to recognize that and just slow myself and be more intentional with every moment. There's this Bible verse where Jesus is going to heal that girl. It's when this guy's daughter is, I think, dying, right? And while he's walking to this person's house, and I might be quoting this wrong, but the important part of this part is the woman touches his robe, and because she believes that just by touching his robe, she'll be healed. And what's really cool about that is that he stops, and he's intentional with her, and he talks with her. Now, in the context, we always read that in the context of that area, and it's cool because, oh, this woman who's doing something and is trying to almost get away with it gets this love from Jesus. But it's also really cool from another sense. If you look at it within the context, this other guy that he was following to his house must have been like, come on, man, like tapping his foot, just really anxious. But Jesus, even when it was a matter of life and death, he couldn't be rushed. He was intentional. He was in the moment, because he knew that his power, which was from the Father's power, because he is also the Father, but in our context, it's God's power, is stronger than time. It's stronger than all of that. It's not limited by that. And I'm still gonna rush to call 911 if something happens, but I'm not gonna rush to fix some issue at home if it means sacrificing quality time with someone, or really seeing the person who's checking me out instead of just seeing the checkout process. Like being intentional and just spending an extra 5 seconds can make such a big difference. So I hope to be able to report more on that to myself here in this vlog form. And yeah. But other than that, we've finally planned the camping trip, I think, which I think we figured out a date, and some more people I want to text. Jake's one of them. And see if we can get more people on the trip. And then the weekend after, I'm spending the weekend with my mother as well, which will be good. And yeah, the server rack thing has been exciting. I don't know what else has been new, really. Work has been good. Had a really good conversation with my boss last night and stuff, and nothing I'll go into here if I'm going to publish it publicly. But just good to hear from him and to connect with him and stuff. And I pray I'm helpful to him. I'm really blessed by the type of person he is and the way that he's generous to myself and in extension Abby and to my coworker Dave and stuff. But yeah, we're looking at places to rent to some extent that might be more affordable. And I know they were looking at possibly even buying a house at work as like subsidized rent for people, which would be pretty cool. But we're just keeping an eye out for some sort of opportunity to save more, because where we're at now, like, this place is pretty good, and it's worth the price, but I'd like to aggressively save some more and maybe be able to earn a home somewhere where it's simpler, than the whole rent process and stuff, and gives us more flexibility. We'll see. But that's really been our significantly focused prayer lately, I guess, has been that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my vlog here. I'm just about to 10 minutes, so I guess I'll call it the 10-minute vlog. Vlog. Yeah, but that's where I'm at. The date today is 8/17/2024. I guess it'll be on the YouTube video too. Eventually it says like 2 years ago, whatever, so that'll be helpful for good old me looking back on this video. That's pretty much it. Until the next time I vlog. I feel like I should say something funny or random. Platypus. Yeah.